Well, hello everybody, and welcome to this episode of G-Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And it is like April 8th or something like that. I'll put it in the title. And yeah, you can see the clouds here. It rained all night, and it's been raining all morning. And I want to show you what's happening over here. I ventured out with my umbrella. It's still raining right now, but yeah, the stream is flowing. And where's it flowing to? Well, it's carrying a lot of clay with it. As you can see, it's a murky brown color. That means it's got a lot of clay in it. And look at this. Yep. The pond is full. It's getting ready to breach over that shoulder there and go into the third little overflow area that I had built for it. But yeah, it's coming in pretty steady. And I can't wait for later to see what this holds up for, how long it's going to hold up. And because it's bringing a lot more clay in there, and apparently all of the clay that was in the bottom that was all cracked has all melted back together again. That's why it's holding water right now. But we'll see if how high it gets up on the shorelines here and how much more water comes in. I'll do an addendum to this video later when I dry out a little bit. Anyway, yeah, overnight it was nice sleeping. I was listening to the rain on the rooftop, and it was like a lullaby, just putting me off to sleep and just sleeping real nice and comfortable. All until about 5 o'clock this morning, when something in the attic went thump, scratch, 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 thump. And I went, oh, beautiful. He's back. Well, I'm going to take a walk over in a minute and see if there's anything in the glue trap, because there hasn't been anything in it for the last 3 or 4 days. And I ended up catching 9 total in that one little tunnel area. And I think they either smartened up or I got all of the ones that were going in through that way. They may have opened up a new tunnel to get under the house and get up through the bathroom wall and into the attic, but I'll have to see what I can do about finding that. Look at the totes. Yep, they're not only full, there's still water coming into them, but they're overflowing. You can see the water dripping down there by the buckets. The catch buckets that I put under the center there to catch all the overrun are all full. Everything else around here is full. I'll show you the other 2 front catchment barrels where I have the siphon hose in between the 2. And here we go. Yeah, I think I got a little water in there. And I put a couple of buckets out here on the side to catch the overdrip, and yeah, got those full too. Barrels are topped off. There's water everywhere. So looks like we're doing pretty good, and it looks like the rain is down to just sprinkles right now, but this is supposed to go on and off until like 3 o'clock this afternoon, and then the radar shows some clearing after that. We'll see. The solar panels got washed off really well. As you can see, they're nice and shiny. And yeah, even the ones up there on the roof are all nice and clean. So that saved me some work. I've been watching down on the highway. I've been watching plows going through and cleaning mud and debris off the roads. And every now and then I see an 18-wheeler hit a puddle, and a big rooster tail squirts off to the side of the road. And right now I'm watching them, and where they were doing that, right down there, everybody's going really, really slow. So that, yep, there goes a big aqua flash, almost covered that whole truck. There's another one. So yeah, they've got some problems down there on the highways. So anyway, here's my new anchor footing. Hasn't moved a bit. Of course, the winds are light to moderate, not enough to turn the PMA. but enough to turn it in the direction that the winds are coming from. And I've been chatting with my neighbor up the road, and they've gotten quite a bit of rain up there too. So that's why my pond is flowing, because it all comes from up there on that mountain. So interesting. Can't see the other mountains over there where Rita lives. They must be melting all the snow if this is all rain they're getting up there. She's probably happy about that. Watch all that snow go. But I'll bet you there's some major flooding down by the bottom of the Cajon Pass, Lytle Creek area and all of that. I'll bet you that's really pumping out some water. Melting snow and all of this rain at the same time. That's got to be a lot of water. Well, anyway, everybody, that's where we are right now. It looks like everything else is holding up. That just came out to do my walk around rounds to make sure that everything was holding up. And I wanted to go over and see that pond. I was chatting with my neighbor, and I said, well, I got to get up anyway and go water the garden. Just kidding. Who's going to water a garden in this stuff, right? I mean, geez, liquid sunshine everywhere here. So, happy that all my barrels are full. That means I got plenty of water. And it should last me for the next couple of months without a problem. And that's going to save me the cost of hauling in a truckload of water to keep my plants going. And speaking of plants, why don't we take a walk down there and see how things are going? Because, you know, all I've got on my garden house is a shade cloth on the top. So the water can get through it, but it can't come through in torrents and wash out all of the garden. All it can do is kind of like drip down in there. So it's kind of like an overhead sprinkler system. I'm walking through this mud over here. Pierre, I'll bet you're glad you're not here. Your bus would be sinking in this stuff. My feet are sinking in it. Oh, look at the mulberry trees. They're all full of leaves, just looking happy as can be. They all like this rain, don't you guys? All right, so let's see. Yeah, everything's looking good in here. Looking real good. Oh my God, look at that cabbage and that cauliflower. Those things are going to catch up with the peach tree and pear tree pretty soon. Speaking of the pear tree, there it is right there. It's got a lot of greenery on it, but no buds. So hopefully a couple of the grafts I put on there will take, because they've got buds on them. And they seem to be doing really well. The buds are still there, and they're still very flexible. So maybe they did take, and if they did, that's a cross-pollination from a compatible pear tree. So they should start producing pears of all different types. All the others, like the peaches and that stuff, these peaches are about the size of a marble now, and so are the ones on that tree over there. So the pear tree has got flowers on and leaves on just about every branch now, and the petals are starting to fall off the flowers on some of them, so that means that we're going to be getting pears growing pretty soon. Yay! I love pears and peaches and all kinds of fruit. Anyway, that's where we stand. We'll take a little walk over by the chicken coop. I'm sure that Brewster and Nellie are hanging around inside. They don't want to come out in this stuff. Of course, they can always come out and go under the coop, and that'd be a nice thing for them. So another thing is, I was talking with my neighbor, and she says that those chickens are growing fast, those little baby chicks. So they may, they are outside. Hi Nellie, hi Brewster, how are you? What are you guys doing over there? Hunkering down under the coop, huh? You came out to see all the rain? Yeah. So, yeah, this coop may be too small for them in a matter of a couple of days. And those chicks are supposed to get here on Monday. And they will take up residence in there. And I've seen Nellie likes to jump up on top of that coop. I haven't seen Brewster do it yet, but Nellie loves to get up on top of that coop. Usually when she sees me coming here around feed time, she knows I've got food, and she'll jump up there or come up here on this perch where I built the ramp and try to get closer to me so she can get to the food first before Brewster does. So anyway, I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this metal panel off maybe between those first two posts, and then come out here probably 10 feet across, and I'm going to put another separate run in here. And then I was thinking that I could take this big wooden box I have right here and convert this into a little mini coop, so that the new chicks can grow up in there until they're about the same size as the ones that are in here, Nellie and Brewster, so that they don't get picked on, because the little ones will get picked on by the big ones, no doubt. All right, well, looks like the rain is letting up here for a little while, so I'm going to go inside and post this, and we'll do an addendum to it later. We'll see how things go, see how much more rain we get. G-Bear reminded you, give me a thumbs up down there. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you guys in the next video. G-Bear signing off.